everyone. So my response is going to be in reply to both Courtney's starter post a little bit and a little bit touch on what Rebecca said in her response as well. One of the first questions was, how does individualism-collectivism influence parenting practices? And this is definitely something Courtney touched on a lot in terms of beginning in infancy. Parents start doing things a certain way and start making certain habits, whether it's breastfeeding, sleeping patterns, just the overall lifestyle in general, depending on the culture you're in and what practices are expected in the future. You do things a certain way now just to start to prepare them for later on in life. And then one of the other questions was, are parents' socialization goals influenced by cultural context? And I agree that the answer is definitely yes, because I believe that we raise our children so they will thrive and be accepted in society. And for us in America, you are seen as successful if you have individual achievements, if you can do things on your own, and if you're willing to try new things, as opposed to other societies where people are still considered successful if they practice things and do things for the good of the group. So it really depends on which culture you're in, but either way, the parents of the children will work to socialize their children in either one direction or the other. So for example, and this kind of goes along with what I would want my child to be like if I had a baby. So for example, in America, we would want our kids to, let's say, try a new sport when they're young, and if they're not very great at it at first, we don't let them give up, we don't let them just quit. Sometimes parents even get their kids extra lessons, practice with them more in order to see them thrive, and the overall goal many times is for them to be the best on the team that they're on. So I think that's a good example in our culture how parents will work to help their child become successful, because being successful individually is important. And then one of my other main focuses of this post was going to be, if I had a child, how would I want my baby to be? And one of the first things I wrote down when I heard this question was that I would want them to be brave and courageous, in the sense that they're willing to try new things, even as an infant, even as a toddler, that they're not scared, to try to walk, to try to ride a bike, that they'll always, and I would as a parent would practice my socialization skills. I would make sure I have a strong attachment with them, so they know that if they want to try something new but might fail at it, they know that I'm there to support them. So whenever they try something new, to always support them and let them know that failure is okay, because you can always learn from it and do better. And then one of the other things I had was self-confidence. I want my children to have self-confidence. So again, to try things over and over until they get it, and I don't want them to feel defeated. And then I would also like them to be social with their peers and not be scared to interact with others, because again, to be successful, many times to be successful, you need to have pretty good interactions with others and be confident, and not necessarily not be shy, but even if you are, to at times be able to speak your mind and be able to make new friends, and in all the ways that having self-confidence can make you successful. And in addition, focusing more as a baby is for them, a baby and a toddler is for them to be emotionally expressive, not to feel like, something's wrong, I don't want to cry, because that's not seen as okay. Like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to express yourself however you need to, and there's a variety of ways that our children can do that, and I would like mine to be able to do it in any way that they feel necessary. And then lastly, along with, not lastly actually, now that I look at my notes, but hardworking is something that both Courtney and Rebecca said, and obviously I would love my children to be hardworking, and that kind of goes along with, in America, as an individualistic, more individualistic focused society, we want them to be hardworking and to be independent so that they do achieve those individual successes that separate them and people view them as successful because of those things. And then also Rebecca had said that they would want her child to have a serving heart and do for others, and that's something I 100% agree with for my children, because personally I find a lot of enjoyment in helping others and doing things for others. And although our society focuses on the success of the individual, I think it's also a very special thing to be willing to help and help others achieve success for themselves and not only for ourselves. So those are my thoughts on individualism and collectivism. So I thank you guys for your posts, and I hope you enjoyed mine. Thanks.